I find that most people are slacking off in the gym, especially for the small muscle groups. Muscles like your biceps, triceps, side delts, forearms. The exercises that hit these movements, most people are really slacking off on. So this video is going to give you some tips on how to focus really hard and how to push yourself on these exercises, because ultimately it's these muscles, these very small muscle groups, that make a complete and well-rounded physique. By going to failure on a small movement like a bicep curl, it's literally almost impossible to overtrain. It's a different story if you're talking about big movements like deadlifts or bench press. If you really push those movements hard, you might kill yourself, you might overtrain, you might injure yourself. But this video specifically is talking about more of the accessory movements, the movements that'll build a small muscle. And like I said before, they are very important to building a good physique. Just as important as the big movements in many cases. So these are 5 tips to train harder. The first thing you can do is very simple, and that's push the weights as fast as you can, starting from the very first rep. This is a graph showing the same person taking 2 sets to failure. The red line is him feeling the weight out, and the blue line is him pushing as hard as he can from rep 1. You don't want your reps to look like the red line, because in the red line, you're prematurely letting yourself slow down the bar, and because of this, you end up getting less reps and less gains. My second tip is to actually write down your reps and try to beat yourself every single workout. It legitimately amazes me that I know people that don't keep a training log. Like what the fuck are you doing, bro? Keep a training log, write down your reps and your sets, and try to beat your performance every single workout. Because even if you're not training hard right now, eventually you will be forced to training hard because you're not going to keep getting stronger forever. So this is a very simple tip. Write down your reps and sets and try to beat the books every single workout. My third tip is a very simple one, and that's to take 30 seconds before your set to focus on what you're about to do. So basically, I find that the moments right before your set are very important to deciding how focused you're going to be and how hard you're going to push yourself. So there's 3 things I want you to do. Number 1, get clear on your intention. So right before your set, let's say you're going to hit some bicep curls. Right before your set, you don't be in la la land, thinking about your ex-girlfriend or something. I'm going to hit my biceps. I'm going to train my biceps. I want them to grow. That's number 1. Number 2, tell yourself you're going to keep going no matter how much it hurts, no matter how much it burns. This is important because I find that once the reps get hard, if you don't have that mindset in your head, you're going to quit early. So that's number 2. Number 3 is just generally get hyped. Feel the music, get intense, and then once you feel you're ready, hit your set. This next tip is more advanced and it relates to the last tip. So basically you want to keep your focus not just for your rest periods but for your entire workout. This means no Instagram, no talking to your gym buddies, no thinking about stuff at home. You want to keep that laser focus for the entire workout. The people that I know that train the hardest, this is one thing that they're very good at. For that 1 hour or 2 hours they're in the gym, they're super ultra focused on their workouts, and coincidence, they train the hardest. So if you can't do this right away, that's okay, but try to build up to this over the months and over the years. The final tip I have for you is a good one, and that is to go past failure. So after you finish doing your regular working set with full range of motion, quality form, in my opinion, it's okay if you do a little bit of cheat reps at the end. You can go like halfway through, push yourself as hard as you can, or you could use leg drives to bring the weight up. Just do a few extra reps at the end of your set to really work the muscle hard. There are many exercises you can do this with. Hamstring curls, leg extensions, arm training. Basically experiment and find out what works for you. Some exercises you won't be able to do this with because it's too hard, you can't. But other exercises it will really work, and give this a shot because it will make you train a lot harder. So basically that's the entire video. However, I do have some closing remarks. If you're thinking to yourself, oh, I already go to failure, that means I'm definitely pushing myself hard enough, then you're missing the point of this video, because anybody can push themselves to failure, but hitting failure at 50% of focus is different from hitting failure at 100% of focus or 80% of focus. A good video to watch on this topic is by Mike Isertel. I'll leave the link in the description. You should watch this video, and he talks about exactly this. Hitting failure at different levels of focus is completely different and will definitely lead to superior or inferior gains.